Are we? I hit a button. We're live. Hello, we are back. I'm sorry, guys. I was not able to get T-Pain for tonight's live stream. Please forgive me. The budget was way low for tonight's live stream, so yeah, there's that.
Hence me.
Well, that's not exactly what I meant, but yeah,
That's okay.
it's all good. We got Brendan here, so we're going to talk about. Actually, we're not going to talk. We'll talk about Spider-Man. I went on a road trip. I've been gone for a few days, and while I was gone, had a package delivery from Pop Collectibles that had more in it than I thought, and so there's that. One of which being this beautiful box for the Spider-Man Classic. I was kind of shocked by the box. It's square. Like we don't get a lot of square boxes. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of
So we
these
got
days
square
we'll
box.
get something this nice for Star Wars. One of these days.
Exactly.
Probably not.
Linda. Brendan is low budget. Say it ain't so.
I've been called much worse.
I mean, it's all good. I got this guy, and I haven't really checked it out at all. I haven't opened it at all. But it's got this nice little flap, nice presentation. I give it a 9 out of 10 for presentation.
Yeah, it's a, and I'm not one to like you see like unboxing videos where they spend it's like a 30-minute video and 17 minutes of it at the start is just looking at the box and like reading the names of the contributors on the back. I'm like, really?
Yep.
So I'm not on board with people spending so much time on that, but a little appreciation for the box is nice. Like if they do a good job, like the Spider-Gwen box is really good. This one, Yep. So it's nice when they add those extra touches. I'm not going to spend a half an hour on it, but it's like it's appreciated when they actually do it.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I was planning on spending 45 minutes admiring cardboard.
Okay.
No. No, I get it's nice, but I think like some of my favorite art box, that Venom art box.
Oh yeah.
Venom art box, and then if we go back to Star Wars Land, if you go to like the DX, not the DX, the Deluxe, Jen Urso, that presentation was great. Darth Maul, the DX 17, whatnot, good stuff. So I got these.
Spidey line in general has pretty nice box art.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they end up in storage, and I never look at them again. So
me too. That. I literally just brought like a dozen boxes down to just like be put under a tarp, like in a storage unit. And I'm just like, man, bye.
Yeah, they're going to end up in storage, and I don't get rid of Spidey figures, so they just stay. Occasionally, I will weed out some figures from the collection, but Spidey tends to not be that one.
Some people will like display like good-looking art boxes behind their figures.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you've got like 15 or 20 6 scales or something, you might be able to do something like that. But when your collection grows, there's just no room for these boxes anymore. No,
there's zero. And if you're displaying Star Wars boxes, I mean, they're all gray blocked boxes, so there's really nothing interesting with that.
Yeah.
Unless you want your place to look like a store, in which case it would make sense. But
some people might, yeah.
Some people might. So I got this. We're going to unbox this. Brendan's already had his for a couple days because he was sending me photos of it and teasing me because I was not home to get mine. So we're going to open this one. But I do have two other items that were delivered in this box. So let's. One is large and one is small. Do you have a preference?
I've heard, the Springsteen has said, great things come in little packages, so maybe we'll try the small one.
Small? Because we're going small. It's when I say small, I mean it's really small.
Are you talking like it's a head sculpt, maybe?
Might as well be.
Nice.
This is the MDLX Bumblebee.
They really look like, I mean, they're cute. Great quality, but it looks like you would pick up like something from Hasbro at Target, like that type of package.
It would absolutely fit in there.
It's like Black Series.
And exactly. And I don't remember how much these are, but they got to be like $40, $50, 60.
I think it's like 50, 60. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So I got this in, and I like Bumblebee, so I had to get it.
Oh, I love it.
But
Dude,
I need the large one like you have, because this would look so cute next to that one. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Except this is the G1.
Yes.
This
Yes,
is
it
G1.
is.
So if they had a G1 premium scale, game over.
I really, really hope, because they do them so well, I really, really hope that 3.0 continues to churn out the premium scale. Right now, it's just this guy, Blitzwing, which I also have right here, and then Optimus is coming.
Yeah.
But most of their stuff is in the DLX scale, which is nice. Like they're really cool. I might actually end up picking that line up. Actually,
Should.
Medic tried to sell me his the other day, and I
No,
was seriously
not
tempted.
Medic.
Yeah, but I was like, I've got a couple other things coming in first, so I want to deal with those, and then
Yep.
maybe I'll get into the DLX line. But they really are nice. I just, if I'm going all in on Transformers, I want them. I want that scale. I want that bigger size. I mean, this Blitzwing, knowing that Optimus is bigger than this guy, I'm just thinking about that, and it's like I'm so excited for that one. That
Oh yeah, and the price point is crazy for what you get.
oh, absolutely, they're
It's a deal.
die-cast frames with some other die-cast covering parts, but then even like the hard plastic stuff is all painted so well.
Yep.
The line is just amazing.
All right. Well, that's the small one. I also have a large one because I'm talking about figures. A large one.
I assumed.
I have Hulkbuster.
Oh, nice.
So when one Hulkbuster won't do the trick, you need two of them. So this is the 3.0 DLX
Yes.
Hulkbuster. Oh shoot! I'm doing stuff.
Now you know what would be cool is a little crossover, a little mashup. Do a DLX Hulkbuster with like a DLX Optimus or Bumblebee?
Right?
That would be cool.
Yep.
Damn it! Now I've got to buy all of those.
Well, I mean, what Hulkbuster and Bumblebee, man, tiny little Bumblebee.
Yeah. Now, are you gonna get the Mark 43 from 3.0?
Probably.
I contemplated it because I might do the Hulkbuster, but I don't know if I'd bother. I was actually never really a huge fan of the 43.
I'm not either.
But I like the
you know.
Hulkbuster, and I figure I can have the Hulkbuster by himself. I don't need the 43. I can just pretend that he's in there.
It's true. Well, I think it comes with a bust. I think I might be wrong.
No. Well, if I
Does it?
understand, because I watched Justin's video, I'm pretty sure that you take the arms and then like from like the ribs down off of the Mark 43. It actually all separates, and then you just put essentially that makeshift bust inside.
No, I probably won't do that.
Well,
Justin says, before you begin on your Death Star light paneling, you just loop and stick the 65. Yes, no cutting. Yes, just one strip. There's actually two ends because there's two 33-foot strips. So yes, it's just no cutting. All right. So Seamus says, I want the 86 movie to be done by 3.0. Oh, the entire. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Dude, they give me a G1 Grimlock in premium scale.
Yes. Wow. See, Seamus, you said something right.
Woo. We're not even into Star Wars land, so there we go. Yeah. Ollie,
no, I agree with him 100%. Absolutely, I would love that. And here's the thing, man. I didn't get into Transformers until in the last year or so, when maybe 8 months, I think, when I picked up this Bumblebee. I love Transformers, but I was never really blown away by any of the collectibles until I took a chance on the 3.0, and I was like, wow, this is phenomenal. And 3.0, anybody sleeping on them, they are so crazy talented with this scale and these, well, both scales of the Transformers. Their paint work is stellar. So if you're a Transformers fan, I'm telling you, these are worth picking up.
So tell me your thoughts when you first opened this Spidey, because you have all the other Spider-Men. So
I felt like I was like 10 years old, and I opened the first page of a comic book. Like, that's how cool this suit looks, and it looked like that in the game. It was great, and the colors, everything. It's so it is classic Spidey.
For those wondering, I'm going to do a proper posing video and review on this, but I just wanted to unbox it, and it's, we're here, so I just wanted to. So.
And I will say, this is the most impressive diorama kind of backdrop that Hot Toys has ever put out, in my opinion.
Let's check it out.
It is thick. It's not like this like thin papery nonsense. It is thick. The top portion has magnets.
Yeah.
The way they did the broken glass effect, and then the scorpion stinger can come out of that. It's so damn cool. Like, so that's how I have it.
It's it definitely feels substantial. Even better than the Spider-Gwen.
Yes, because I like the Spider-Gwen one, but the Spider-Gwen one is, and I'm assuming when the Miles one comes out, it's fairly thin. It's not like this thick, harder kind of
right.
cardboard material.
Oh, straight up, I didn't know there was actual plastic glass in there.
But it does. Cool. It does. The Spider-Gwen one is like visually. I love the kind of graffiti like art style from the movie. So that's really cool. Yeah. This is super cool.
Yeah, it is. That is awesome.
You're upside down.
I'm upside down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
There you go.
It definitely the paint the brick looks good, like the shading and the light direction, everything. I think it looks good.
And the way it fits onto the base is really cool too, because in the box you'll see there's this black piece that actually fits over the peg hole for the flight stand.
Oh, okay.
In the back, and then the talon, the stinger from Scorpion actually screws into that behind the flight hole.
So I need instructions. All right, let's.
It's really cool. The way they did this, the effect on the broken glass, the plastic piece that's the broken glass, is really cool. Very comic book like, and it's just perfect for the talon to come out. Like, I wouldn't want the Scorpion like talon like stinger to come out any other way. Like, I absolutely love it coming through that window. And if this is how they do their Doc Ock tentacles, I'm on board with it.
I'm curious because I think Toys R Us, excuse me, I think Toys R Us did a really good job with their Doc Ock tentacles.
And those were like ball joints, like for each section, right?
Yeah.
I don't have that one, so I don't know which one I would like more, but I really do dig this one.
Dude, these colors are no joke.
Oh no, they're great.
Colors are
absolutely great.
Oh man! All right, for those wondering, there's the colors. That is a vibrant red and blue.
He really is, especially when you put him next to some of the other ones in the line, like the the advanced suit and stuff like that. You're like, oh wait, the blue is much brighter and more vibrant than you'd kind of originally thought. It really is. It's very classic with that slider on the back.
That's the money right there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, dude.
I think what was it? I don't know if it's Shay or Chase Burden, but said like early on that this might be my first hot toy that isn't Star Wars. I'm heavily considering it. I think that's going to be a lot of people. I think a lot of people who are pretty much like Star Wars or DC or something and don't maybe have a lot of Marvel stuff, I think are going to jump into this because they see this and it's just so nostalgic. It's so classic to the comics that this is that, like, this is the taste. And then once you go down that rabbit hole, you want all the other Spideys, and you should because they're amazing.
Exactly. And be prepared. There will be a Spider-Verse Ultimate Posing Showcase in the video that I'll be making. So I mean, you can't have a lot of Spideys with you can't do it. So I'll get all this plastic bits off here in a second. I'll just, the colors are just straight off the cartoon, man.
Yeah.
Straight off the cartoon. I know it's video game based, but it's straight off the cartoon.
And they give you two of the pointing hands so that if you want to recreate the meme where he's pointing at both, like two other figures, two other Spider-Men, you can do that.
Oh, right on. Oh, okay. So I need 3 of these.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me in the Facebook group, are you going to do the pointing? I was like, no, I only bought one of these. I had considered getting a second one, but I had not considered getting 3 of them.
Yeah.
But I could be tempted into a second. It could happen. The webs, we got the normal webs. There's nothing really super exciting about that. We've seen those before. The scorpion tail looks humongous.
It's a good size, so it's good coming that you've got plenty of real estate for it to come out of the board.
Dude, that is huge.
And I love the stinger, like the paintwork on that. It's like this kind of like luminescent neon green with it's just done so well. The fade, like the gradient to the black, is really good.
So this material that's on the I guess tail, I guess if you will, of scorpion, reminds me of Toys Era, like their clothing material, that rubbery material that Toys Era uses. Like on Heimdall, I don't know if you got that one.
Yeah, and the paintwork too really sells it, so it looks metallic. It's got like this kind of like black wash on it too. They did a great job with this. I absolutely love it.
That is substantial.
Yeah, I'm multitasking right
now. There's no way they do this on the Doc Ock. It would be.
You don't think so?
This feels sturdy.
But will it hold up a figure if you're using like with 4 other? Yeah,
I don't.
It's a question. I don't know.
I mean, and it may be because all this rubbery surrounding that flight pole as well. But
I mean, they've got some time to tinker with it. Yeah. The question is, I mean, because when you create something like this, just like when you create a 6-scale body, you want to get the most bang for your buck. So if they can repurpose it, or maybe use this as the base and then kind of, do something else to kind of tweak it, but still you're using existing assets, it saves you money in production. So that very well may be what they do, but yeah, it's so cool.
If for an idea of scale, guys, we got a giant tail here.
Now just imagine how big Scorpion would be if they gave us a Scorpion and you had that whole, like, that would be... I want all the villains from this game. Give me Rhino.
I want the villains. I mean, we don't have Mr. Negative, right? Or Negative. What the hell is it?
Yeah, Martin Lee. Yeah, Mr. Negative. Yeah.
We don't have Mr. Negative. Like, that would be a cool figure, too. I mean, we don't have a proper Kingpin.
Right, and I want... Yeah. Because of the oversized one. And I want Doc Ock from the game, too. I want... Yeah. I mean, just more villains in general, but definitely want those because this game is just, and that is really, really cool too. I love
that.
I love the way they did this. I mean, the paper quality is like that feel, that texture is great. And it's like actual headlines. If you like flip through it, there's like a feature article on like Miles as like a brain of the future and stuff in his high school. There are ads in it.
Fisk.
And if like you can read like the headlines and all that you can read, but like if you get like a magnifying glass, I'm pretty sure that the actual articles have real text too.
Well, here's the ad. Here's an ad for anybody's curious. Vanilla cream, coconut milk, honey swirl, frozen mocha coffee.
I just threw up in my mouth.
That's a straight ad that's in this thing.
But the really scary thing is that people actually go in and order stuff like that.
Oh, most definitely.
Take a half an hour to order something in line while everybody else is behind them.
Exactly. So we got Rhino, we got looks like Vulture, we got Scorpion. I can't make out who this other one is. I'm having my vision is failing me at this point. Who's the other two? I can't tell who that is. Anyways, the villain's on the newspaper. I can't make it out.
On the right when you turn the fearsome foursome.
The greatest hits on the city.
Oh yeah, that's.
I got Rhino, Vulture, Scorpion. The other two I can't make out. Is that Electro at the bottom? I can't tell.
I think that might be Electro.
Yeah.
See, now I'm gonna have to get a magnifying glass so I can check it out.
I know they got a little picture of Miles in there, which is cool. So
yep.
I dig that.
I'm pulling double duty right now. I'm smoking dinner for tomorrow.
Hey, right, rock and roll, man. We got a nice little diorama or base here. Let's get this out of here. For anybody out there, Jedha Patrol. Seamus. I like that Bumblebee so much. I just bought it. All right. Rock and roll, man.
Seamus did? Yeah.
See? Rock and roll, man.
Good job.
I didn't even open it yet.
Wait. Is he talking? He's talking about the MDLX. I thought he was talking about the premium scale. All right.
I don't know which one he's talking about, but
okay,
if I had to guess,
that's a little bit less of a flex.
No, that's a huge flex you're talking about. That's huge. Wait till you see. Let me tell you something. Oh, I can't. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil. Anyway, for those in our Call of Duty squad, Shane he's the devil. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put it that way.
He is.
All right. He's straight up the devil.
He's a literal hatchet man.
All right, so I got a flight stand, which we're gonna pose this guy up. We're gonna see what we can do. The 3A. I got the 3A one. Well, they're all the. That's not helpful. So there's this one, and then there's the one I got, the other smaller one, and then there's the big one that he's got.
Yeah. So for people who don't know, 3A was the company that was making Transformers, and then they got I think they got bought by another company, but they spun out a new company to continue making figures out of that existing one, and then they renamed that 3-0. Yeah. So 3A and 3-0 are technically the same thing. It's weird because the Bumblebee that I got was listed as 3-0, but I think the Blitzwing that came out after is listed as 3A. But it's the same company, same line. So if it says premium scale 3A or 3-0, those are the same company, same line. They make the premium scale, the DLX, and the MDLX. So
he got the DLX one because he just sent me a photo of what he ordered. So I love that piece. That's an awesome piece, man. I've had it forever, and it's great.
Yeah, I'm most likely going to be picking up that line too because you can actually get them super cheap. It's really not expensive. So yeah, I will be picking that up too. So this Spidey is going to be the centerpiece of my whole Spider-Verse kind of display. But honestly, I'm not going to go super dynamic pose. He might just be a kind of hero type, up, just kind of showcase the suit because he's definitely not going to be the most posable. He's got that kind of padded body and more rubbery style suit like the advanced suit, which I love.
Well, you can pose that one though. You just gotta
you can
not do it when it's cold.
I feel like this one does kind of bunch up or wrinkle a little bit more.
All right.
I would have loved to have seen the classic suit in the material that they made with Miles from the PS5 game.
Yes.
Because then it would be insanely posable. You could do anything with it. But I understand for consistency's sake, because this is supposed to be the same person, the same body as the advanced suit. Also, this was in production, even though this came out after Miles, this was in production before. So they had already kind of landed on the design for this before. I don't understand why Miles ended up coming out so much before this.
Miles is a masterpiece of material, and
I think is the best engineered Spider-Man figure that they've ever made, actually, as far as just posability and everything. But this is it's funny. This is essentially the same suit as Cyborg Spidey, but the blue on Cyborg Spidey is noticeably darker than on this one.
Well, I was probably going to end up posing them together, so that's cool.
Yeah, so you'll definitely notice a difference.
All right, well, I'll go grab him in a little bit after I get all this friggin' plastic off these damn things. I never can get the tape off to just untape it. I never can.
Oh, I always have to use I have tiny scissors. I absolutely hate the plastic over the hands and the feet. And to be perfectly honest, I don't really think they do a whole lot to protect the figure in the box.
No.
So
no, I mean the head sculpt, I understand. I get that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want the head sculpt to scratch or something, but the hands and the feet, I don't understand it. But they're always.
I mean, I guess if the hand was going to come off, that's one thing, but the feet don't come off. So I don't know. All right, well, I got it off.
Linda said that I think that was her that said that the Scorpion stinger looks like it could be a back scratcher. I wouldn't advise that. I feel like you might actually.
Oh, it's actually sharp.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're going to do that, be careful.
I wouldn't advise it.
Don't do that.
But hey, I mean, whatever floats your boat.
So while I'm messing with this, I've been teasing this, and I've I've been having fun. So I've been working on a project as I'm going my ADD here, and I'm just like sidetracked. But I want to show you guys this. Let's see if I can do this.
While he gets that, Rod says, "Are you getting the Hot Toys Batman XC suit?" I know I will be. I know he will to review it. The question
I'll
is
get it.
whether or not he keeps it or it's like a giveaway or sells it or something.
Yeah, I
Don't see
won't
it fitting it. I mean, you don't really have much by way of DC left, right?
I don't have any. I have the Bat Pod.
That's such a weird one to still have.
I mean, well, I didn't feel
That
like
is
shipping
looking
it.
good, dude. That is looking good.
So I've got like everything I need here. I've got paints and airbrushes and all this crap. I need just one friggin' adapter, and I keep ordering the wrong one. So I just ordered a kit of like 27 different adapters for my airbrush, so I can hopefully have the right one to be here Monday.
You think he's going to be like heavy Mando size?
Oh, he's huge. Like I literally, I probably could scale it down, but I don't want to.
Now the files that you had for 3D printing all that armor, is there an accompanying file for a blaster?
Yes.
For like the weapon?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to be doing that too.
Yeah, and I'm going to do multiples. So also, I'm going to do an E-Web cannon for Mando. So
nice.
I'm going to do one of those. So
awesome.
Let's see what else we got. We got a cell phone. We got a bunch of eyes. I'm not going to mess with the eyes. I mean, we got a cell. As Miles?
I very rarely go with any. I usually go.
Oh
with
no, that's Doc Ock.
Yeah, Doc Ock is on there. I guess because he was his boss at the beginning and stuff. I thought they would have had like MJ or Aunt May or somebody on there, but
Right. All right.
Doc is fine.
Since you brought up MJ, do you have a favorite MJ in the cinematic world?
In the movies?
Yeah. Do you have a favorite MJ? And in the chat, you guys can throw it out there too.
We've only really had two.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean, we could throw. Even though, I mean, I know it wasn't MJ, but
I would go with Zendaya. That if we're talking about like Spider-Man love interest, then it's Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man.
Right.
Emma Stone, I think, was just perfect for that role, and I think she had great chemistry with Andrew Garfield. So that would be for me. And then if we're going MJ specific, then it would be Zendaya because. To be perfectly honest, I mean, I've never been shy about saying that I'm not the biggest fan of the Raimi films. They weren't for me. I think if you go back and watch them, as far as the writing, the acting, the editing, literally everything about them, they're pretty bad. But MJ was just like there to scream, to get scared and scream when a villain came at her. In all three of those movies, she did nothing of any substance. No offense to Kirsten Dunst, like it's not her. I think the character was written that way. She had nothing to do in those movies.
Right.
So I don't think, especially when you read the Spidey books right now, I mean, like MJ is swinging around out there with Black Cat in some recent issues. Like she's a badass character, and we just haven't seen that. Not the Zendaya is a strong, but she's a young like teenage version of an MJ. But we haven't really seen a real good version of MJ on screen yet.
Well, she doesn't have a failed acting career.
True.
I mean, in the films.
True.
So there's that. So she's winning. All right, I don't want to mess this up. I'm going to look at instructions for this base.
Oh, it's actually very simple, and it's good that you essentially extend the flight pole, but you screw the two pieces together.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that way, it's tall enough that you can angle it through any of the openings at the top if you want to, and have him in an aerial pose.
All right. Well, I've got this thing that goes there. All right. Fancy.
Derek Sandoval says, "I play Call of Duty." Well, I mean, we're on most nights.
Where you at, man?
You jump into the Jedha Patrol Discord, and we're in there most nights.
Talk about it all the time, man.
Yeah, dude.
All
and if you're in the Patreon, I mean, Ryan regularly posts like, "Hey, it's COD time" in the Death Star Patreon group, and we all squad up. You know.
I'm all the time about it, man, because we definitely we could use some fresh blood. It's all good.
Yeah, because we have a
unless,
couple people in the group that are just too good and they piss us off, and we need to like just gang up on them.
correct. Unless you like hatchets. If you're a hatchet guy, you know.
Oh, Shane.
All right, so this guy, this is the flight pole for Spidey. That is quite long. Although that might come in handy with some other posing figures. That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you're not going to use it on this one,
Yeah.
it's the same. I actually wish they would include extenders like that because it's just another shorter piece. But that can screw into any flight pole like base. So if you don't use it on this, you could easily use it on something else to get more height.
Yeah, that's cool.
So if you've got like if you want to get some more height on a Boba or a Mando with a jetpack or a trooper or something, you could easily do that.
Dude, that's a nifty creative idea they've got here.
Yeah.
I really do like the highlights of the yellow on this. Or the lime green, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, it really works. It adds dimension to it.
All right.
Collect and Conquer. Is this the classic suit? Yes, it is the classic suit that just dropped.
Classic.
I'm still waiting for my cyborg Spidey from Derek Sandoval. Yeah, if you're waiting, I mean Sideshow, it's that's just the side where you never know if it's going to be a month or 4 or 5 months. So
So, where the hell do these things? Where's the bottom of this thing going? Okay, it's supposed to sit like that. Okay, all right. I was like, surely it's got to go somewhere. But all right, then we have this nice little.
So I have that over, the back of the base.
Okay.
So that it's like blocking the flight pole and the attachment on the back, so that because that way you don't see the Scorpion stinger, and you can make it so that the Scorpion stinger is coming out through the window. So just pop it right in front. Yep, just like that.
That's how you got yours.
Like and then just make it cornered.
All right. Well, I gotta do something with the web pole for Spidey, but let me get this off of here. I don't know where Spidey's going to go yet, so I'm going to eliminate this whole web pole situation for a second.
Yeah, I'm not actually using web pole, so right now, I mean, it's just a basic, but I just have him standing in front of the brick, and then I've got the Scorpion coming out of the broken glass.
We'll get rid of that for a second. Here we go.
Yeah, so most likely he's just going to be in a just kind of basic pose, just showing off the suit for me, and then I'll have all the other ones in the line in a more dynamic poses, kind of pulling stuff off around him.
I feel like old Scorpion tails coming through the glass, huh?
That's what I like. That's the way I went. But I mean,
you got to get it to where it doesn't fall over. So that includes putting on this little bit here, I guess.
Yeah, so there are magnets on that, and it just folds right over the top of it.
Sweet. All right. So
which means with some kind of careful weight distribution, you can actually have him sit on top of that.
You don't think I would try that? I'm in. I'm in. Yeah. If let's see here. Get in there. I do. I like what I'm seeing so far. I'm pleased. I'm not pleased that piece doesn't want to go in. All right. Hold on.
Let's see. Heartbreak.
Oh, maybe it doesn't
H2O.
go there.
Heartbreaker H2O said at least she had red hair. I'm assuming you mean Kirsten Dunst. Yeah, I mean, to me, I'd rather the character be done well than I don't care if her hair is red or blonde or whatever. That
didn't bother me none.
I would rather a less accurate visual style, meaning the hair color or something, and just a better representation of the character in terms of who they actually are. But that's just me. Alexander Mazuka, yo, can I join in Call of Duty? I mean, we're not limiting it. Anybody who wants.
Yeah, you don't have to even be good at it. In fact, we prefer you weren't.
We prefer if you suck. Yeah, because that just makes us look better.
We prefer. I'm trying to get this thing to go in because I don't want there. All right, come on. All right, there's that. I think. All right, I got that part. Okay.
Linda says the way they've engineered this is very cool, at least from what I've seen in reviews. Yeah, they really did a great job with this. Like you said, I think we're in agreement. We virtually never use any type of backdrop thing that they put in these releases. The Spider-Gwen one is the first one that I've ever used.
Oh yeah, the other ones I don't even bother take. I don't even take them out of the box for reviews. I'm like, screw that.
Yeah, like the Armorer one looks okay when you're just looking at like what it's supposed to look like as a picture, but it just lacks depth and it feels cheap.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't put it in my display with the Armorer. This I'm 100%. I'm using this backdrop because with the Scorpion Stinger coming out, it's too damn cool.
Yeah, this is pretty sick, and it does. So bending this, you've got like a dynamic for those figures. It's like having a dynamic flight pole that's wrapped in rubber. It's essentially what it is, and so it's very robust. It's very sturdy.
Yeah. Somebody, Dagobah J says your impressions, Jedha, on the rise web effect on the head sculpt. I think it means like the raised like web lines on the head sculpt and the hands. Some people don't. I honestly don't care about it. I don't even notice it when I'm looking at it. Just for me, anyway.
I don't know why that would bother anybody. It looks like a Spider-Man figure. I don't know.
I don't have any issue with it.
No, this is stinking cool, man. So it's like, what other? Yeah, I'm with you. I think like for dynamic or diorama cardboard-esque pieces, like this is 10 out of 10. This is on point.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. If you get two of these, right, to have the little pointing thing, if you wanted to do that, like you could have a building, I guess. I don't know. You have a hole. Like it'd be cool if you could like flip it and you'd have like the other side of the window.
Other side of that window, and right? It's like coming through the middle of it. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool.
That might require some customization because this is just literally a piece of cardboard that's glued onto this backing. So if you got a second one and you didn't mind destroying things, you could take that off, flip it upside down, and then invert it.
And the broken glass is done really, really well on this.
It really is.
Night of Ren is really cool. Asks, how about that Clone Wars Ahsoka Tano manual? The eyes are a bit much, like they're bugged out. Don't ever go off of the picture in the manual because oftentimes they're not even using the final figure for the pictures in those manuals. I can't remember who pointed. I think it might have been like Bob Dylan. Somebody pointed out in the groups earlier that like with the Mark 85, when they used the Mark 50 head sculpt for the manual, but then you got the Tony Stank, so don't ever worry about what the manual looks like because that doesn't accurately represent what the final figure is.
Agreed. This makes me wonder why they didn't just do a Scorpion figure, didn't get him in costume in the Holland films.
Well, I mean, this is a lot less, cumbersome for them to manufacture than
I'm okay with this.
Figure.
I'm okay with this. I mean, don't get me wrong. They make it, I'll buy it. Don't get me wrong.
Here's the thing. You can technically now, if you have 5 other villains, you can have the Sinister Six. You just don't see him because he's inside the building.
Exactly.
But he's there. So technically, you got another villain.
This is so good, man. So I am super tempted to get a second one of these.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely one that I think a lot of people are going to do.
You can hear the ratchets. You got ratcheted joints. That's no shit. I'm expecting to get exactly what we got out of the advanced suit. You got some bunching up of the shoulder.
Yeah.
But again, that doesn't bother me either.
And it's just the nature of that material in that suit. Yeah. So like nothing on this figure should be surprising to anybody because if you have the advanced suit, if you have the negative suit, then nothing about this should be even similar to the Mark IV Spider Armor. If you have any of those, nothing about this as far as how it feels, how it poses should be a surprise.
Right. Let's see if we can't do something with this thing real quick. Like, I definitely will have a fun little posing session with this guy, which I don't know how long that will take me, but it'll probably take a while as far as the video goes. But I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I know this is gonna. I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna try and compete. I'm shooting myself in the foot here. I'm gonna try and compete with Sideshow's posing in their video. I'm gonna try. So don't. I mean, if I fail,
you just set a bar so high, you just got to make sure you don't trip over it.
I'm not one to back down from a challenge. But it's just
The gauntlet has been thrown.
yeah,
More Worship says y'all play Warzone. We stick to multiplayer.
yeah,
Although there is a dedicated channel in the Jedha Patrol Patreon Discord. Sorry, the
yeah,
Discord for Warzone. We just don't do. We stick to multiplayer. We just love some Nuketown. We do some gunfight,
yeah,
some
exactly.
sticks and stones, and then play against other people who. If we're better than them, then we laugh at them. If they're better than us, then they're cheating.
Then we call them hackers.
Yes. That's why if we're playing against other people, then Seamus is awesome, and if we're playing against one another, he's a hacker.
Oh, 100%.
That's the way it is. That's just the reality. You just have to accept it. Dagobah J, good to know. Some make a lot of fuss about that raised web effect. I don't think it's an issue either. I mean, there's always going to be something that some people will complain about on every figure.
Yeah.
To me, it's just not a big deal.
I don't.
If it is to somebody, then that's fine. I mean,
Yeah, whatever.
It's
just, I don't know. It's not a big deal.
Everybody has their hang-ups on some things that mean absolutely nothing to other people and vice versa. So just, I personally don't think I don't think Ryan had even noticed it until you asked that question. And me looking at him, it's like, no, it doesn't stand out as like, oh wait, I noticed that difference. To me, it's just you look at Spidey and he's just awesome. That's
right.
it.
Exactly. I would like to, I guess I can use the flight pole. I kind of want to do something here. I don't know if I can. I guess I can. I'm gonna try this. Question: I don't know how sturdy the flight pole is going to be. So
yeah,
the Spidey one.
Alexander Mazuka. Although what is wait? Oh, he says the advanced suit is easily his favorite because of the quality. I agree in that I think there are some other the Miles, for example, is one of my favorites, and I think that's the best engineered figure when it comes to Spidey.
Yeah.
But my favorite, and it's not necessarily the most posable or anything, but my favorite is the advanced suit, just because that's my favorite suit, like Spidey suit in general. I just absolutely love it. I've said time and time again, if I had to get rid of every single figure in my collection but one, that's the one I would keep.
Oh, right on. I don't.
And that's including Star Wars, DC, everything. It would be that Spidey. Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how the heck I can do what I'm trying to do in such a confined space. That might be difficult, but I'm going to try. And it might be better to go. Maybe it's better to go there. I want to get him thwipping off in the distance, but I've only got two.
It's a matter of how long it. Yeah, I don't know how much distance. I know Justin did a pose where it was coming out of one of those top holes and he was kind of thwipping in the air at the stinger coming out of the window.
Gotcha.
But he's still pretty much right up against the brick. It's not like he's got a lot. It's more like he's coming around the corner.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of separation.
I'm just going to figure out what I can and can't do. Oh, there went that. All right, come on.
Now, I guess one thing that you could potentially do is if you're doing a whole scenario with other figures, you could take that extended flight pole and screw it into another base next to this one,
right.
Have him shooting into that, and then you can use those bases to have some Spideys down on the ground if you want to do a whole Spider-Verse kind of thing. So if you incorporate another base that you just use that flight pole on, then you could get some more separation from the brick.
I think this might work. We're going to see how it goes. I know what I need, though. I need my precision screwdrivers to tighten the damn screw down.
That's if you're in this collecting game, let me tell you something. Just go to you can get them at a CVS, a Walgreens, a Target, or Walmart, anything like that. The little, they're usually sold as an eyeglass tool case that it just has a bunch of different tiny screwdrivers of different sizes and stuff. Have one of those. You can get them for a couple of bucks. Home Depot, Lowe's, anything like that. Those are invaluable when it comes to, if there are any like little screws on any diorama pieces or custom things, anything like that. Those, or you need to kind of like just get in there with like kind of a flat head to like if a like a wrist peg breaks off in the wrist or something. Those are good to like to get in there. So definitely, yeah.
Need that because the screwdriver you get with the Iron Man figures is garbage.
Oh God, those things! It's literally just stop including them. They're
They literally
bad.
when you try to screw something, they literally flatten.
You have a better chance of channeling the Force to get something out than using that garbage.
Oh man,
It's horrible.
go to Lowe's, buy one of these for like $6, and whatever, or go to Walgreens and buy
Oh,
some eyeglasses.
Seamus is getting feisty. Remember, you all have a whooping coming from the Peacemaker talk. Be prepared, Brendan. Hey,
Hey man,
right.
whatever it takes.
That's all right. I will get timed out for friendly fire. I will do it.
Right.
Uh,
That's okay. I don't mind.
Show GC. I'm posing the hell out of mine. Who cares about the creases? It's comic Spidey. Exactly. Do whatever you want, man. Whatever you're happy with in your display, you don't have to apologize for it.
You ain't gonna bother me, man. It's your figure. Hey, I've broken plenty of figures. Hey, who cares? It doesn't matter. So I'm not trying to break them, but it could happen.
Do you think
so the ab crunch? It actually has a decent ab crunch, and I like the way
there's like 2 joints.
So, but some of the other spider figures, if you do ab crunch, like the belly comes out. This one actually goes in. I like that.
Yeah, it's got like a joint, like a hinge, like right under the ribs, and then again, like right at the lower abdomen. So you can get some serious crunch on that.
I like that a lot.
Shao, do you think Hot Toys is going to release the Scarlet Spider 2, the Kane version? That's the one I really want. If it's in the next game, then there's a good chance. It wasn't in this game, so they're not going to just make it. It has to be in a property. But that has a very good chance of being in the next game, along with the current suit that Ben Reilly is wearing as Spider-Man in the comics right now in the Beyond arc. I think both of those are highly probable to be in the next game. And if they are, then there's a good chance that we see them out of that game. But it's only going to be from that game, and that game isn't coming out until sometime in 2023. I think like end of 2023. So we've got a ways before we would get a hot toy of that. In the meantime, though, the original Scarlet Spider from this game that Hot Toys put out is phenomenal.
Oh man, yeah.
Highly recommend that.
If you have the ability and opportunity to pick that up, I'd say it's usually in like the 350-ish range, somewhere in that ballpark. It's worth it. And I'm not one for, I don't generally like pay over retail for things because I just don't like doing that. But that's one that I would not hesitate on.
Straw Nobi. Hey Ryan, are you going to review the VTS Jin Sakai? I'd love to hear your opinion.
I don't own it. Oh, I know I should.
You could. And you should.
I know I should.
It's a really, really good. It's a really, really good figure.
I'm trying to stay in my lane. I'm trying.
If you play the game, the game is phenomenal. Like it is just it's one of the best. It's one of the best games of the PS4, Xbox One generation. That it was only on PlayStation, but like it's one of that generation, this past one, and the remaster for it, the director's cut like remaster for PS5 that also, and you get the expansion for the Iki Island that DLC. It's great. So if you I guarantee you will love that game. And
I'm sure.
Play the game, then you have to have the figure. So you might as well just get the figure and then get around to playing the game when you have the time. But the figure doesn't require a lot of time for you right now. Just a posing video,
Well, yeah.
It's very well. So VTS is the kind of third party leg, tripod, third party leg of Damn Toys. All right, Damn Toys makes They actually do a lot with video game properties, and so Damn Toys has the license and actually makes official Assassin's Creed figures. I have those over there. Absolutely love those. They're great. So I knew that the VTS Jin Sakai was going to be really good because it's the same company. It's just their
Sure.
unlicensed kind of leg. I love that figure. It's great. It's got some real like the armor plates that hang on the outside of that are actual die cast. Like the weapons, like they do such a good job at Damn Toys / VTS with that stuff. So yeah, highly recommend that figure. I know Ryan doesn't have it yet, so that doesn't help you as far as getting his thoughts on it. My thoughts, which let's
Yeah.
be honest, I mean, are pretty
You-
valuable.
True story.
It's a great figure, so
True story.
I can definitely recommend that one.
So I think this will do for the purposes of this stream.
Dude, come on, that's just so damn cool. It's fun. It's just so much fun.
I love it, man. Damn it, you're gonna make. I'm gonna have to buy a second one.
Yeah, honestly, I'm probably gonna too. Like, it's it's too damn cool. Because I wouldn't mind having that as by itself, but then maybe taking a classic suit Spidey and putting him up into my Avengers as like, okay, this is actual Spidey in Avengers. Because I like the Iron Spider, like from the MCU, but it's not. It doesn't blow me away. The design of it and the
right.
I feel like it's just. It's like, it's okay, but this is the classic Spidey. I want this. I'm honestly considering like adding this guy and my Days of Future Past Wolverine into my Avengers setup to have Wolverine and Spider-Man in there.
So Christopher Martin says, I would love to see a Spidey crouch pose from this figure. Can we see that? I can already tell you that no chance in hell of that happening. You need the homemade suit Spider-Man. The Tom Holland homemade suit, you can do it with that or get pretty close.
Or Miles. Miles will work.
Yeah, Miles. But with this, I would love to have it, but you're not gonna be able to pull that off with this.
Now, really cool thing too is maybe you don't just need one more. Maybe you need to get like 2 more of these.
Why would I need 2 more? Please tell me. I mean, they're not clones.
Yeah, that's true. And Scorpion only has the one stinger because I was gonna be like, you could have like one stinger coming out of like each of the holes in the thing and like coming at him, but it's not Doc Ock.
It's not Doc Ock, but it would be interesting. I don't know.
Had the Doc Ock arms coming out of this instead of Scorpion, that could be cool.
If you could, if the end or the stinger was the same attachment as the bottom, and you could have a super long, like Scorpion tail that was 3 foot long, that would be kind of cool. But I don't think that's the case. I do think the shelf presence of this is insane.
My only thing is I wish there was something other than the name Scorpion graffitied on the wall because that's a little on the nose. It's like, what did he like spray paint like his tag on the outside of his house?
Well, there's a spider here.
Yeah, I just feel like we know it's Scorpion Stinger. I don't think we need his name.
Scorpion didn't. He wasn't Miles. He didn't do graffiti.
Yeah,
he didn't stop.
He kept his hideout a really poorly kept secret then.
Yeah, right. Let's see here. If you haven't played the Marvel Spider-Man game and seen the actor's face change, which one do you like? For me, it's OG John Bubniak.
Yeah, so when they remastered it from the original game, they changed the face of Peter Parker. Same voice actor, but they changed the face to something that they thought was, I think, it looked more appropriate age-wise and just based on the voice. I didn't like it at first, and then as you play it, you realize that the voice works with the face, and it just I think it worked. My only concern was that he looked a little bit younger. He looked too close in age to Miles. Like, he looked more like he was just a slightly older brother than the more seasoned Spider-Man. So he's a little bit older than Miles and could impart some knowledge. But
you didn't need anybody to pop his back like Toby.
Seriously. But ultimately, it's a great game, and
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
and Spidey's got his mask on for 80% of it, so
Yeah.
it's not like Boba Fett where he takes the helmet off all the time.
I'm gonna
So
grab Cyborg
oh
and
yeah,
maybe Advanced Suit or something. I'll be right back.
so definitely. I mean, you obviously you've already played it, but for anybody else who's on the fence or who played the original and then is thinking about getting the remaster for that first game, or just going back and replaying it, don't let the different face deter you. It's still such a fun game. I honestly think Miles was great too. I rank it slightly under the 2018, the original game, just because it's like a third of the size. Like, you get so much with that original game. Although the Miles game is great, but I would say that's my favorite superhero video game of all time. And I like the Arkham line and stuff like that, but that's my favorite superhero video game.
So here's
There you
Cyborg.
go. Yeah, see the difference in the color of the blue?
Oh yeah, this is way more vibrant. This
Yeah.
is dirtied up, like he's rolling
Yeah,
around in dirt.
it's good for what it needs to be.
Yeah, and I grabbed Miles because Advanced Suit is currently hanging on the wall. But there's Miles for anybody who's curious. Miles is definitely the skinnier of the bunch.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which
Makes
see,
sense.
that's the credit to Hot Toys on this though, because they could have just used the same bodies that they used that they had used for how many figures from that first game, and the same head, and they didn't. If you like, the body is different, it's more what Miles's body is supposed to be like. But then even if you look at the head sculpts, they're different. Like the actual, like where the nose is, where the jawline, everything, it's actually different. They didn't just take the same body, put a different suit on it, but
Right.
like they actually engineered new body, new head underneath it. They went that extra mile where most other companies, I feel like, would have taken the shortcut, and they didn't. So I mean, these figures are
Yeah.
just.
This is why we have. Oh, he took a drop. This is why we have like a dozen Spider-Man for those Spider-Man collectors. You have piles. It's like people
I'm closing
complain
in on
because
2 dozen.
yeah, well, people complain because it's like, oh, they're doing another Spider-Man, they're doing another Iron Man or whatever.
I will buy every one of them.
But it makes sense in universe because there were so many. It makes sense.
Yep, absolutely. They call it the Spider-Verse for a reason.
Exactly. And if we get a Madam Web, that would be cool.
Well,
I like a Madam Web.
if they do a Madam Web from the game, I'm not really. I have no
You
faith
like
in the Madam Web movie that Sony's trying to put together with the.
No, I want the animated one. The
Oh
old
yeah,
lady.
oh definitely.
Yeah, the old lady. That's what I want. Are those Lego? Oh, that's not me. I beat Marvel, Spider-Man, and Miles Morales countless times. Oh, right on.
And there's so much fun to go back and replay. I've platinumed both games on PlayStation. They're just so much fun to play.
All right, let's
Omar
see here.
says, "Do you know why they haven't done a villain from the game yet? At least Doc Ock. It's just Hot Toys doesn't do a lot of villains.
Yeah.
They just don't. Like, there are a lot of movies that we didn't get any villains from. And if you look at the Arkham games, they did a Joker and they did a Deathstroke, and then it was like 3 more years before we just got Harley.
Yep.
And I don't think we're gonna get any other villains from it. So that's just their MO. They don't really do it that much.
Yeah. OG fans, OG fan, when Star Wars was just Star Wars, is there a dynamic pose for Spider-Man that won't damage the figure if left in that way? Is there a museum pose that's dynamic? Yes, I'll do one in the video, but
they heal really well. If you have them in a dynamic pose and then you put them in a museum pose for a couple of days or even a week, it's like you don't even notice any creasing and stuff, and then you just put them in your next pose.
Yeah, literally, you will pose. I can pose this guy up like this, and then I leave it here for a week, 2 weeks, whatever it is. I'll put him in a museum pose. He'll have baggy pants syndrome. It looked like you pooped his pants for about 3 or 4 days, and then it fixes itself, and then you're good. So you can't hurt this suit, guys. You really can't, unless you just break a joint. I don't think you can hurt this suit. I don't think
it's unless you do something so extreme that it tears a seam line.
Yeah.
That, but that's true of any figure. But if you, as long as you don't do that, you're good.
Yeah, I don't think you got to worry about that. Even with Cyborg's a little bit tougher to pose because of the armor and it limits that arm.
Right,
But
because
other than that,
it's not like it's not a different arm. It's the same fabric suit underneath, and then that's
right?
put over it, so that
Yeah,
you're kind of like
it
hesitant to do.
definitely limits. But if for those hating on Cyborg Spider-Man, you guys suck. This figure's awesome. So, just so
Lane Kramer, do either of you have the Antioch suit from the game? Of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Come on, they put it out. I got
Really,
it. Like
really?
it's Spidey,
Come
and
on now.
honestly, the Antioch suit, I wasn't like when they initially put out the pre-orders for that. I wasn't like blown away by it, but it's actually really cool when you have it in hand.
Yeah,
The yellow really pops. But also, he stands out in the shelf because he's so much different from all the other Spideys. So
yeah.
it's really cool to have.
For those wanting this, there's a link in the description for Pop Collectibles. There's a discount code Patrol if you want to buy one from them. If you don't, I don't really care. But if you do and you don't want to wait on it forever and ever and ever, check the link down below.
And this will sell out. This one more than any other Spidey. I mean, I think they
Yeah,
made a fair amount of these, so I'm not like saying, oh, go out and buy it today because it's gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be gone.
yeah,
But like first batch from overseas, those are definitely going to sell out, and then you'll have to wait
yeah,
for second, and then
yeah.
wait maybe 9 months for sideshow, or I don't know.
It's not.
But
It's
yeah,
not a bad. It's not. It's a waiting's okay for some figures. Maybe not this one. I mean, we've waited so long for this one already. But
yeah.
um,
There's certain
yeah,
ones that you're cool with waiting for, and then there are others that's like we've been waiting so long, and I'm so excited for this that I'm not willing to wait for that much longer. So it's like, yeah, you pay the money, and everybody
yeah,
makes their own choice on that. But yeah, the first batch will definitely sell out. So if you're on the fence about whether or not you want to do that or not, that will sell out. The
yeah.
second batch, and then when it comes stateside, those won't sell out immediately, but eventually this isn't going to linger like some of the other ones, like a Spider Punk and stuff like that. This will sell out.
I want to open up this cute Bumblebee.
Yes.
He looks tiny.
He's so small.
He's so small.
He's a.
I mean,
it looks
size
like
matters
Bumblebee.
not.
It looks like Bumblebee in a crossover with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids from back in the day.
But the paint applications look just like the one you got.
It 3-0 guys. If you have not seen a 3-0 Transformer in person, let me tell you, the paintwork on this stuff, they are masters at that. It looks so damn cool.
Oh, it's got that. It has a Hot Toy smell.
The new figure smell.
Oh,
I think the new figure smell is better than the new car smell.
oh my God. Just give me a minute, guys. Just give me a minute.
Just breathe it all in.
This only happens like every day. So I'm just
I'm breathing
so
it in,
it's
but
got it comes with a couple hands, which is interesting, and a switch out head and a gun. I freaking love the G1, man. It's just
it's
so
really
good.
really cool.
So good.
I really hope that 3-0 continues on with this line.
Look at that, man. Ball joints. It's like it's just the wrong scale. It's the wrong scale.
Yeah. If you grew up in the 80s and 90s, man, I'm telling you, this is the Transformers, man. You got to do it. It's so good. They're so fun. I absolutely love them.
Oh man. Oh, it's a new sneaker smell. I don't own new sneakers, so I don't know if that's a thing, but
yeah,
sure.
I'm not a sneakerhead, but I know plenty of people who are, and yeah, that's definitely a thing. Well, actually, see, Ryan, you get the new figure and new car smell in one right there.
Oh, that's true. That's true. No, it is definitely
that's
not
6 inches. That it fits in the palm of your hand. Like that's how small it is.
I will tell you exactly what it is because I have this. It is. It is 5 inches.
Now, do you have your You have your DL, or is your DLX in your office?
I have it at office. Yeah,
it's at work. Okay.
Yeah. I have it here. I still need to get the larger one like you got, but yeah, it's 5 inches, so 6 inches. That was a pretty good guess, but it is so freaking cool.
Linda, so it's the new vinyl smell. Yes, the
Yes.
new vinyl smell is always. I mean that's a classic.
I like that.
Is wonderful.
The whole Buster I'll save for another day, but this is I mean, I don't know if this is a line I'm going to go all in on, but if you
having
have
one,
limited space,
yeah,
if you just wanted Bumblebee and you wanted all the Bumblebees, like that would
yes,
make sense.
just have them lined up like from smallest to largest, and
Or have that one like you got and have him like holding this one.
it's his mini me.
It's his mini me.
Troyer.
But if they do a premium scale of this, like day one, I must have it. Day one, gotta have it.
I mean, so they usually announce stuff in the summer around the time of like a lot of the cons and stuff, ACGHK and stuff like
Right.
that. So I'm hoping that we see some more announcements for like the premium scales, and whether it's like other characters or they say, okay, now we're gonna do this version of Optimus from they did one of like him from like the last night, and I was like, no, I don't.
I didn't want that one.
It doesn't look like Optimus, like a truck. It looks like some just kind of like Mechazoid type, robot that just it loses the character. So I skipped that.
Exactly.
But man,
so I'm probably gonna pose up. I've got the So Toys Green Goblin here. Yep. Which is not my favorite spider figure in the collection in the least. Like it's near the bottom, honestly, of figures. I like So Toys in general. They do some good work. This is not one of their best.
It's one of the ones where if you've got a bunch of villains in your Spidey, that's in your Spidey display, that's going to be one of the background ones. He's going to be flying high in the background on the glider. And you're going to have more like Venom or Mysterio more up front where you can really see him.
Toys Era did it better with the glider. I get it's a different film versus comic, but they did a better engineering. I put it this is a straight up molded
one. Looks like it's going to be great.
The Hot Toys one does look great. Yes. With Lido features?
Yes.
But I'll probably end up posing this guy with this guy, even though I just don't enjoy posing this.
Yeah.
I just don't. It's single joints, which everybody knows I freaking hate.
Which unfortunately, So Toys does great work, but they a lot of the times they go with single jointed elbows, and I don't really know why.
Yep, and his shoes, because he has the little elf shoes, he does not the easiest to stand. Like he wants to fall over a lot. The body is extremely solid. Like this is not. This is like. He ate his Wheaties. He's a solid figure. But it's just, I don't know. And of course the green head that doesn't match it's just
that was the killer for me. That honestly, that was the deal breaker. It was just I was like you can't really notice it as much when you're holding him right now to the camera, but in hand, you can be like, oh wait, we've got lime green on the arms and legs, and we've got like pea soup green on the face.
Yeah,
it would drive me nuts.
And for those who aren't familiar with the comics, that's not how he looks.
Yeah, I know some people have been like, oh, well, there's a reason why there's like a color differential there. It's like, it was never like that in the comics. And if you can overlook that and enjoy this figure, more power to you. Go for it. Yeah. Absolutely. Otherwise, it's a really cool figure.
Yeah.
For me, it would just be one of those nitpicky details as an old school comic fan that it would be a deal breaker for me, and it was. Like
somebody mentioned the raised hit and webbing on that guy. Like it doesn't bother me a bit, but it might bother somebody else. I don't know. The single joints bother me more than the coloration.
I can tell you that the raised webbing is much less noticeable than the color differential on Goblin.
Absolutely. So we're gonna have some fun posing that guy.
I would love it if So did a Hobgoblin.
If they will do a proper body,
that would be cool.
I want a red goblin, a Hobgoblin, and a red goblin.
I want So Toys to just crank out a bunch of Spidey villains that we can put in with our Hot Toys Spidey displays.
Right.
That would
if you guys are not familiar with the Red Goblin, essentially, old Goblin here, Osborn meets up with Carnage.
Yes, it is so cool,
and he is a freaking beast. And then he's got little what was the kid's name? The little kid had
his grandson. It's Harry's son.
But he got changed over too. And that comic, and it's only like 4 or 6 issues or something. Anyways, it's
Yeah, it
crazy.
was a short arc, but it was really, really cool. And then they just introduced a new villain in the Spidey comics, the Goblin Queen, which is like a red colored, not like to do with Carnage, but like a red colored goblin, like female goblin
Sweet.
on a glider and everything. That's really, really cool.
I haven't checked that. I'll have to check that out. How is the Toys era Raimi Goblin? It's fantastic. It's
I didn't pick
fantastic.
up
Although I would wait on the Hot Toys one.
yeah, I didn't pick up the Toys Era ones. The word is that they're going to announce the at some point like the purple hooded one from No Way Home. Um, and I mean, I'm not in any rush because neither of those are going to be coming out for a couple of
No,
years anyway. But if they
no.
do, I'd probably go with that version over the one that they've already announced, just because I like because it has the classic comic book vibe with
Right.
the modern movie twist. So
So
I
it would be
more
cool.
inclined to get that.
It would be cool though to take the Willem Dafoe head and kit bash. Get rid
That
of
could
this.
be cool too.
Get rid of this.
Yeah.
You have to change the whole body out, but you know that would be kind of interesting.
Now, what are your thoughts on? So when obviously you'll get the deluxe of the Doc Ock when that comes out from Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be using the original tentacles or the swap out ones that have the nanotech from?
Yeah, I could give a crap less about the nanotech ones.
Really, you think so?
Don't care.
I like the kind of the red like pop the color lines on there, so I might use that, but I don't know.
I'll get the deluxe just because I generally buy the deluxes anyways. But if it was me, I mean, but the price difference is only like $20 or $30 or whatever the difference is.
And is that the only difference? It's just the tentacles?
Yeah.
I mean, for for $20, you know, I would do it.
Yeah, I'll get it. They'll probably stay in the box, but I'll have them. And maybe you can kit bash a second Doc Ock. Hey, what if you did this? What if you did? I guess you really couldn't do that. I'm just thinking outside the box here. What if you kit bashed a lab coat, white lab coat Doc Ock? That would be kind of interesting. Since you have an extra set of tentacles, I don't know. I don't know how that
I'd dig
works.
it. No, see, I'm not. If you have zero intention of using a particular like set of accessories from a deluxe or something, and it's like an extra $60-$70, I'm always like save the money and put that toward another hot toy or something else. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if it's only like a $20 difference, at that point I say go for the deluxe, because the thing is, if you end up selling it down the road, if something comes out in and out of your collection, even if you don't intend to sell it, maybe 2 years from now you decide I don't love it anymore and I want to get rid of it, that extra $20 that you spend now could make a big difference in terms of one, how easy it is to sell, because a lot of people will look for deluxes on secondary markets, and how much money you're going to get for it. So it's like if you can save 60, 70, $80 now, okay, fine. But if spending an extra $20 right now means you're going to make more later if you need to sell it, I think that's the smarter play.
Yep, I agree. Alexander says, I've seen your Spidey stuck on the wall in your videos. How'd you do that? Okay, this is super complicated.
Sorcery.
This is super complicated, and it's gonna be crazy, and it's gonna blow your mind. And I'm revealing. It's like the magicians reveal, like behind the scenes. You're not supposed to do that, but I'm gonna do that because I'm here to help. 3M command strips with the little hooks to hang I don't know, stuff. It's just 3M command strip.
I use those to hang up way heavier stuff than a Spider-Man 6 scale. So it'll work like a charm.
I just happened to paint mine black so they would match my black wall. That's pretty much it. But I think they were like $3, and it's just balancing just like any other posing, and that's how I did it. So that's pretty much all right. So we're going to jump off here soon, guys, because we're going to play Call of Duty. So speaking of deluxe or not, what about Clone Wars Anakin stat worth the 180 or so increase? If you have the space, yes. If not, no.
I can say I am not going with the stat just because I'm only getting one Anakin. I mean, I've got the dark side Anakin, so I've got that set. For the Clone Wars one, I'm only getting one Anakin. I'm not getting multiple, and I know I have in my head already what I want to do with him and Ahsoka and 501st and Rex and everything like that. And so I'm not going to use a stab for that. So I just don't need it. So I'm going to
Gotcha.
save
That
the
makes
money
sense.
on that.
It's going to take up a lot of space too.
Yeah, if I go with a vehicle of any kind, I've got to really really want it. And to me, I look at it almost like I have to want the vehicle by itself, not just oh well if I, like if I want the Batmobile because it's just so cool looking by itself, then
Yeah.
okay. But I'm not going to get a vehicle unless I fully intend to use it in the display, and I know that the STAP I just wouldn't. So that's an easy way for me to save some money.
So I'm gonna go grab one thing, and then we'll jump off here.
Yeah.
Let me put this down.
Throw any
For those
questions
who
in the chat while he's getting
may not have
his
seen
one
this.
last thing, or just make fun of Seamus for being a Call of Duty hack. Whatever you prefer.
Hacker.
He's gonna kill me so much later tonight. Damn it. Oh. All right. Well, yeah, guys. I mean, I can't recommend this Spidey enough. He's so cool. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you probably have already pre-ordered this or plan to, just working out finances or whatever. You're not going to be disappointed. Yes, there are going to be some bunching issues, because of the rubberized suit and the padded body underneath, but that takes absolutely zero away from enjoyment for this, in my opinion, anyway. It's just, if you love that classic Spidey look, man, this is it. This is especially if you're really waiting for it from No Way Home too. Oh, dude, that is just so.
I just want to give you an idea of scale.
That's crazy how big that thing is, and it's
huge.
The paintwork looks wonderful on that.
It is gorgeous. Here, I will slide her up.
Yost is an artiste, man. He really does amazing work.
It is glorious. And I need to have Deadpool writing it, so that's probably what I'm going to end up doing.
Oh, absolutely.
So
wait, Deadpool with Grogu on his back, with
the
satchel or something like that. Yep. Absolutely.
I'll do that tomorrow. I'll have to set it up for a photo or whatever. But
that'd be awesome. Hey, Deadpool just goes with everything.
It goes everywhere, man. So for those who have not seen this, because honestly, that video is not getting a whole lot of love. I don't know why, because this is an amazing piece. But it's like 20 pounds. It's solid built. Paint applications are beautiful. So here you were talking about vehicles and talking about space, and this brought this up for me because I am genuinely concerned about space in the near future. So the Falcon cockpit, which I have, I got to pay that off and get that from him. The Falcon cockpit, the snow speeder, that is ridiculous. And then on Tuesday, my HasLab Razor Crest is supposed to be here. And then we've got tumblers coming, bat pods coming.
You know what you need? You need to buy a bigger house.
I need to buy a bigger house. Or I steal another bedroom for vehicles.
I mean, good luck with the misses on that one.
I don't,
I see. Oh, we're getting. I think we're in for it tonight because Seamus says, "Keep it up, Buttercup. I'm gonna put chalk lines around your body in game." And then Mike is, guys, it's COD 30. I need to get shot in the back by. First of all, it's Brendan, not Brandon. Mike, so screw you for that. But also, see, I don't shoot Mike that often. It's usually he runs in front of me while I'm sniping somebody. With Mike,
right?
If I kill him, a lot of times it's like from my go-to move, which is a randomly thrown grenade. But way more than me, his own brother Kevin, Mike Light, shoots him so much more. But for some reason, I'm the one who gets called out. I don't. Come on.
Low-hanging fruit, man.
It's just, come on, man. Be better than that, Mike. Be better.
All right, guys, we're going to jump off. Thanks for joining. I will do a full review and posing and everything with Spidey, Hulkbuster, and I don't know what I'm going to do with this Bumblebee. I don't know that it warrants an entire video.
Brandon. Mike, screw you.
But it might. I don't know. Would you guys like to see a video on Bumblebee? I don't know. It's kind of tiny.
The answer is always yes.
Yeah. So, and what else? Oh, the HasLab Razor Crest. HasLab Razor Crest inbound So excited.
When
So
now?
excited.
What's the ETA on that?
Tuesday. So I am just so stoked for that because I have a spot for it next to my quarter scale Mando, next to my Mando life size helmet. Let's do life size group, all the stuff.
Now, people, be patient. He's getting it Tuesday. That doesn't mean the video is going to be done Tuesday. He's going to
That's
take some
exactly right.
time with that. Like,
That's
be
exactly right. We
patient.
might
It's
maybe we'll
gonna
do a live
come.
unboxing.
Yeah,
We
it's
might do
gonna
a live
come.
unboxing.
But like, let him create some good content around it. Right?
Yeah, let me
Everybody
play
be
with my
patient.
toys. Dang
You
it,
know?
come.
Seriously.
All right,
People
guys,
don't
we're gonna jump
understand
out.
how much like time and effort it takes to produce video content. I don't do it for collectibles because I'm too lazy to do that, but I do it every day for my business. Okay, it takes a lot of time and effort. So just
It really
sit
does.
back. It's coming. You'll just
It does.
appreciate it.
Guys, we're gonna go play Call of Duty. Check out the Discord and the if you're in the Patreon group, you have a link to the Discord. Otherwise, Seamus probably put it in there somewhere. We're gonna play Call of Duty Cold War. We're out of here. See you.